Hey crew, D. Tidwell here, Enduro Mountain Bike Training. It's Mo time, movement of the week, woohoo! This week, I wanted to announce that I am honored to be an athlete, representative of ION protection wear and gear, which will be showing up in your bike shops in 2016. But we're going to talk about the body and how fitness is so important as it relates to your mountain biking and how it protects your body. And then we're going to get into a little bit of introducing you to some of the awesome, the most comfortable, coolest, hey, I'm not wearing any gear, feeling type of protection wear that I've ever put on. And I want to share that with you guys, especially for us 40-plus year olds, which I am. We need, I don't know about you guys 40-plussers, but I like my parts protected, if you know what I'm saying, because these things right here are part of how I make my business. So if I go down and break something or hurt something really bad, then I can't do my therapy on my peeps and my clients. So we'll talk about a little bit about gear from some of the one of the ION reps. But first, come on, let's go over here. As you know, the body is a protective mechanism, and it is designed to protect itself from injury. So the muscle system obviously not only creates locomotion and movement and stability and strength and mobility and everything else that allows us to move properly, but it also, they serve as protection for the skeletal system and the vital organs, right? So not only do we want to make sure that the particular muscles, big muscles, are protected in our body, but we also definitely have to make sure that our skeletal system is. Obviously, our skull protects our most vital organ, our brain. Obviously, that's our main CPU, our computer that runs our nervous system, that innervates and creates everything that works in our body. Our rib cage supports our main two other organs that are truly important, our lungs and our liver. And then obviously we've got the rest of the organs in the system as well. But our body has built-in mechanisms to protect itself from blunt trauma, okay? Not only do we have muscles, we also have tendons, which is what muscles attach to at the bones, origin and insertion is what we call it. And then we have the ligaments. So when you blow a knee, for example, like an ACL on your knee, what's happened is basically you've gone through the body's protective mechanism of muscle stability and gone right to the last form of any kind of joint protection, and that's the ligament. The ligament can't protect it, boom, it tears, you got a torn ACL, okay? So built-in protective mechanisms, and you know, I mentioned the spine and the nervous system. We got our melon up here, there's our melon. We've got our spinal column that protects, okay, and encases our nervous system and our nerves, as that runs right through the middle of our vertebral body system. It's an ingenious mechanism that God created. It's awesome. But you can tell each nerve comes out from each of the nerve roots of the vertebral bodies, and that's what innervates whatever organ or muscle that's responsible for turning on and off. It's like turning your light switch on and off, okay? So whenever you get a disc bulge, which is represented here, that's when you get things like low back pain, or you get sciatic nerve pain, for example. That says that something's gone wrong at the skeletal protection level, and now the nervous system is being interfered with. Okay, does that make sense? It's kind of cool that way. Now, me, as a trainer and a conditioning coach, and one who has fallen many times on his bike, of course, rely on the strength, stability of my muscular system to help protect my skeletal system and those organs that are very vital to function. Okay, so obviously it helps you to be very mobile. Okay, our entire mobility structures that are supposed to be mobile. Remember, we've reviewed this before, but the ankle is designed to be mobile, the hip is designed to be mobile, the thorax is designed to be mobile, the rotator cuff is designed to be mobile, and the wrist. Those are all mobile areas. We need mobility there. We need stability. The foot is stable, the knee is stable, the core is stable, the spinoscapular region is stable, and the elbow is stable, okay? Then you add strength on that, and that's when we get really protective as it relates to your body doing its job, protecting itself from trauma, okay? And then you just end up with just flesh wounds, which we can all deal with and share with our friends and put on Facebook because it's cool. So that's how we go about protecting ourselves and what you can do in your day-to-day life. Now, let's go back outside. We're going to talk to Fabian from Ion, holding his little cute son.
Hey guys.
So, what I've been riding and racing with in the Big Mountain Enduro series, starting in Keystone last week, is this knee pad.
Exactly. You're riding the K-Pack.
The K-Pack.
So, well, as you mentioned, I mean, the level of protection is important. That's why we have many different items, from light wear to heavy duty. It all depends on your style of riding and what you're doing. So if you're doing a little bit of trail, you may be more comfortable with the K-Lights. You know, they offer good enough protection. They are all super comfortable.
Slide on really well.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, you didn't even notice that you are wearing them.
And I didn't actually. In my race in Snowmass, I actually forgot that I was racing. And I was using these guys, but even on my local trails, these guys are not only comfortable, you don't notice it there. And they've got these cool little technologies where
Exactly.
It's like rubber or something there.
Yeah,
it kind
it's
of
like
holds it on better,
silicone.
so it's a slide.
Exactly. So with all the sweat and all that stuff, I mean, it won't go down, you know? So yeah, well, I mean, whenever I do a little bit of trail, these are my options. My everyday, you know, for enduro riding, are these and the K-Packs, which offer you more protection. And if you're doing, you know, gnarly stuff, rock gardens, downhill section, you may go with the K-Caps, which offer a lot more protection, but of course they're bulkier and a bit heavy. But basically what is important is that all of our padding, everything that we make, it's certified with the CE certification, which means that in the case of crash, you will be well protected. You know, everything is motor certified until up to 60 kilometers per hour. So
I don't know what that is in miles per hour.
It's like
kind of,
40,
it's fast.
45 or something like that, miles per hour. So basically the protection that we offer is that the knee pads won't go up or down, and
they don't.
They don't.
They don't move.
And so yeah, basically it's being comfortable and being not hot or not too hot.
Which I noticed was definitely true. They did ventilate well. The knee pads, for me, I liked having the top bottom, and you guys have designed like a cup type of.
Exactly.
It feels like gel. Okay.
Well, it's a Sastic. It's a Sastic material. It's actually
Sastic?
Sastic.
Oh.
It will mold to your body.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, the idea of that is, I mean, it feels kind of hard. It's like a shell, but it's actually like you can squish it. You know, it's like a gel. Viscous. Exactly. That's the word for it.
Very good. The other thing that I noticed with these, when I raced Snowmass Big Mountain Enduro a couple weeks back, granted it was a Burley race weekend, but I struggled with numb hands, and I think part of it is that the old elbow pads that I was wearing were really tight. The ones I wore before that last Big Mountain Enduro series actually came down and fell down a lot, which drove me nuts, and I'm sure it does you too. These guys, racing in Keystone 2 weeks ago, I had no numbness in my hands, I had no forearm pump, and again, I barely noticed that they were there, and it actually, the pads went well over my jersey, so they didn't create tightness because of the jersey, because the pad was too big. So it was awesome, all right? And then same with the leg. I didn't feel like I had to excessively tighten, like on my old knee pads. On my old knee pads, I was excessively tightening and bringing it all the way to the other side of the Velcro just to get it to stay tight. They're snug enough, yet loose enough, and then reinforced by these things that they didn't slide either. So I'm stoked to be part of this project.
We're stoked to have you.
2016?
2016, yeah, we're launching, actually there's the official launch in the Crested Pit race next week. But yeah, for sure guys, I mean 2016, you're gonna see us all over the place.
Excellent. So if you have any questions, obviously email me. I'll hook you up with the right people who can answer those questions. In the meantime, training, obviously, like we've talked about and started with, matched with superior body protection, yields a whole weekend full of racing without issue, which is what we want. Because consistency, I think, is part of enduro racing. And if you can stay consistent up on your bike and not getting injured, then you're stoked, and that's how you want to be, is consistent. So
Exactly.
thanks, bro.
Thank you, and welcome to the team.
Thank you, sir. Right. Enduro, mtbtraining.com, info@enduromtbtraining.com. This has been the movement of the week, and I hope you enjoyed it. Email us with any questions. We'll do another Mo next week with Enduro World Series coming up in Crested Butte. Check it out also at bigmountainenduro.com for more info, and I know you can actually watch for live timing, I think, that week, so it'll be good. You guys take care. See ya!